Hi everyone, please let me know if you can see the screen. On my side, my name is Alena Tkachenko and I'm the founder of Study CS Foundation. That's a non-commercial entity with the aim to improve computer science and digital literacy in Kazakhstan and make our girls and boys as well be globally competitive. Right now, I'd like to talk about the role of ICT classes in specifically forming the perception of STEM roles and STEM jobs for girls and how it influences them. So to share our insights, I will need to say that it is all based on the studies that we have done recently. And even though there are a few things that are intersecting with what the previous speakers just told, I think there are a few points that will be specifically interesting for everyone here. So on the study itself, we've done it in February, April this year. It was a national-wide research and the format was quantitative and also desk research. Plenty of people participated. We've got about 19,000 people and half of them were school kids, half are the parents for the younger kids. Our objective were to understand like what's the level of satisfaction with ICT lessons that we have at schools, plus also measure the level of digital literacy amongst school students, as well as evaluate the role of ICT lessons in promoting digital literacy across kids. So a few numbers just to show you and to give you a perspective of what Kazakhstan looks like. In terms of school, we have 7,000 schools in the country. We have around 3.3 million school kids studying at schools. For us, ICT lessons start at first grade. This will be the case for January next year. Right now, it really depends on the schools. We have some schools studying ICT from the third grade, some from the first grade, but that's the general practice. And the interesting point is that 65% of students and parents are actually happy with what they have at ICT lesson. And talking about ICT lessons specifically, both parents and students, again, do not perceive it like something important. So let's say mathematics is important, physics is important. ICT lesson is something that you can skip or even change for extra mathematics or physics lesson. So what were the findings that we had and how do they apply to women and girls and STEM specifically? I will need to say that half of the respondents among kids were women, like young girls. And for the teachers, 70+% from the teachers that we talked to were also women. So there is a big portion in the findings that applies to women. So first finding that we had was that every fifth school student actually perceives computer science as programming. So what it means for us, I think, is that this is a major limiting factor that limits the perception and the interest in STEM and computer science area. Before, Dr. Julia Lee talked about stereotypes and talked about rebranding of the STEM and computer science concept. And I think that rebranding is one of the major things to do, but the other thing to do is also to somehow broaden the meaning of what STEM and what computer science is. It's not just coding. It's also, it can be applied to fashion, it can be applied to biology, it can be applied to somewhere else. It's a daily life story. So this is why I think many girls can initially get interested in STEM, and we should really focus on this. Second topic is that students are actually unaware of their knowledge gaps. What it means is that everyone is happy with the lessons. Everyone is happy that the lesson is not, ICT lesson, I mean, is not really tough. And kids, as well as their parents, do not understand what they don't understand and don't know. So it means that actually they don't feel the urge to study more. And in this sense, we need to know that there is this imbalance, and we need to proactively deliver the content to the students, because they're not going to look for that. And we see, like, based on the global exams, that, for example, like Kazakhstan scores really low, despite everyone being very happy with their lessons. Third point is that we don't have any dedicated government program for digital literacy, and digital literacy is something that is not included in the ICT lessons, meaning that we need to have a lot of private sector inputs in this area. If we want girls to know, to have digital literacy skills, which means, at least for me, that you need to be able to distinguish in between true and false information. You need to understand that it's not secure to send your bank credit card details to someone, etc., etc. We need to actively involve private sector there. So those are three core things. First, broaden the perception. Second, be proactive in terms of content delivery, because they don't know what they don't know. Third, add private companies to the game. In terms of what we do is, that's a brief snapshot from our action plan. I'm going just to focus on the girls part, even though we have a major focus on the rural areas as well. So in terms of the girls, I would say that we want to really promote available program for the girls. And in many cases, not everyone is aware of what's there. For example, on my side, like on my personal side, I didn't go abroad to study, not because I was too stupid to go, but because I didn't know that there is an option. I just had a very limited number of options in my mind when I applied to university. We want to promote girls in CES area, in STEM areas that we have in Kazakhstan, and we want to promote them both in Kazakhstan via media sources as well as abroad. And we want to focus on the digital literacy content creation, because we don't see a lot of stuff being out there in Kazakhstan. In terms of our interest areas, I would say that we are always open to share country-specific expertise on STEM that we have. Girls in STEM, ICT at schools, that's all our areas of interest. We're open to collaborate, and we are also open to work on the technical solutions, because we don't only focus on the research side and kind of like soft side, but we also have technical engineers in the team who have the development capacity. That's it. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alena, and of course, Aina, for your important work that you're doing in promoting digital education in Kazakhstan. So my name is Aizhan. I'm representing UNDP Kazakhstan Accelerator Lab, and now actually I have more of announcements rather than a big presentation, and especially after a long day. And following up with actually what Tara mentioned earlier, why are we even having this conversation about women in STEM? And how can we link it to actual global problems and real problems that people are facing globally? So how can technology help address, in this case, an alarming problem of gender-based violence in Central Asia? So why is it even important to have more women in STEM? And I'm sure you already know the answer. And I saw so many people who already do amazing initiative in their own country. So we and all of you already have valuable skills and ideas to solve the problems that we're facing today. So our job as an Accelerator lab at UNDP Kazakhstan, together with the regional Spotlight program, is to tap into the knowledge of women and men in STEM for greater good. So I'm here today to announce that we are organizing an online hackathon for university students and recent graduates across 5 Central Asian countries. And they are Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. And we want to see all of you and more young women and young men in STEM, and not only in STEM degrees, to join our event. So if you're a current student or you just recently graduated, if you work at university or know who do, and if you simply care about the issue and want to contribute, reach out to me, and you can see the email in the bottom right side of the slide, and I'll definitely get back to you. So we're looking for activists who can be our ambassadors across Central Asia to engage as many students in the hackathon as possible. So if you're interested, send me a note. And to give a bit more details about this hackathon that I'm talking about, let me just give you 3 challenges that we have. So first, how to use data and technology to reach those who experience violence. We know about the widespread culture of shame, which often places blame on women. And because of this, we don't even know the true scale of the issue and who suffer from this even among our friends and family. And second challenge is how to eliminate the stigma around the issue. How can we help our own societies to talk more openly about violence against women, and what can we even do about it? And finally, the third challenge we'll focus during our hackathon is actual technological solutions. So what applications or portals or whatever else can be created that will prevent gender-based violence on university campuses specifically. So let's focus on action. After hearing about the research, after knowing about the problem, after understanding the complex issue we're discussing here today, let's focus on action. Let's take part in this hackathon. And I'm very excited because I'm sure it will result in actionable solutions, in real projects that we can all utilize together and make our society safer for girls and women. And thank you so much for organizers. And that's it from my side. Again, my email is in the bottom right. So you can make a note of that, get a screenshot, and look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.